Hey everybody, Matthew here from MiniWarGaming.com, joined again by Tony, lower class hero from the Discord server and obviously from many other things. But we know him best, his huge contributions to Ravaged on the Ravaged Discord. We're going to play test the Steel Specters again, really liking where they're going. If you care to follow along with the development, then we make videos about that on the Ravaged YouTube channel. So youtube.com/@RavageStar. Heck, this battle report might be on that channel too. I don't know. Doesn't matter. Or you can come join us and help playtest the game. Go to MiniWarGaming.com/RavageStar to get to our Discord server, get all the rules for free. Tony even has it all set up on Tabletop Simulator if you like that, and that way you can play against people from all over the world. If you don't have anybody local to play against, just proxy models while we're waiting for the stuff to get done. And it's been, I don't even know how much of the game is mine anymore because I have replaced so many rules with ideas from the community that I just don't know what percentage was my original ideas and which percentage has been replaced with the feedback that I've received. So thank you so much to everybody who's been giving that feedback. So we're playing 600 points, Steel Specters versus Gorkog. I'll be playing the Gorkog this time. And continuing the idea of not needing detachments. In other words, you just pay points and don't worry about, well, you just get to pick whatever you want as long as you stay within the points. And I'll have to admit that was a lot of fun to do. And Tony wanted to try out the Steel Specters this time.
Yep, and no detachments here.
And no detachments there either. And maybe they coincidentally fit into regular detachments, but we didn't even try to. So let's take a look at the mission and let's get going.
We play and call it work.
We're playing Supply Drop, and this is actually a mission submitted for the contest. We had a contest on the Discord where people could submit ideas for scenarios, and I picked a bunch of winners and they all made it to the rulebook. This one was actually submitted by Tony. And so it's a cool idea for a mission, but the execution is actually really simple. You start off with only one objective in the middle, labeled 1. And then 3 more objectives are going to show up throughout the game, one at the end, one at the beginning of each subsequent round. Whoever's losing gets to place it. There's some restrictions, and they're worth a number of points equal to the round number where they came in. So this one will always be worth 1, the next one will be worth 2, and then 3, and then 4. And then always, as usual, 2 bonus points for killing more than your opponent. And whoever has the most victory points at the end is the winner. We're already deployed. I've got 2 units of Flesh Stealers in advanced deploy. And you've got the Bombardier Beetle, and in advanced deploy. And then you've got some Bladeburn Raiders inside of a Bladeburn raid ship. It's a tongue twister. And then on my side, I got mostly elite. I actually decided to go an all elite build, but then I had 50 points left over. So I brought 2 units of the Razor Spawn because they're super cheap and they're good for holding objectives. And then I got my Blade Furies, 2 units. Got Rage Tears and Flame Tears and Stalkers, and then of course the Flesh Stealers that you saw. Now we got some proxying going on the other side because we still have more Steel Specters out to be painted. So walk us through what you have here.
Okay, so I have 2 units of Telrathi veterans. So these guys here, and then these guys are the proxies. They're veterans for the game. And then 2 units of Bladeburn Raiders, this unit here, and then the unit in the raid ship here. We got a unit of the Enforcer Droids, the Mar Turrets, and the Land Marshal.
All right, and you're trying out the concept of the Bladeburn Raiders jumping forward, engaging, and then we gave their pistols close volley, which means you can actually fall back or you fall out of combat, basically, retreat out of combat, and then still fire them with a penalty.
Yeah.
And so while everybody else closes the gaps, because you have a lot of point blank, a lot of guys that want to be closer, with some artillery support from the back, and with the turrets here, they got a whole bubble of defensive, basically a defensive aura with a little bit of damage output too.
Yeah, I want to try that out. The idea is about half the army has point blank, so they can go in there, or close volley, so they can go in there and then pull back, and the other half of the army has point blank, so hopefully they'll be in position when I pull back the first half.
Yeah, so you're an aggressive, not close combat army, but want to be in that short range.
Yeah, short range.
Yeah. And
so we'll see how it works.
Yeah. Well, in the end, it also comes down to the mission, because that's a tactical pal. You'll kill stuff, right? Mm-hmm. And there's always the tactics as well as how we make sure to grab those objectives throughout the game.
Yeah.
So it should be a lot of fun.
Just don't put all the objectives back there.
Well, I'm not going to necessarily be in control of that.
I just assumed I was going to be winning.
Oh, I see. Well, sometimes in this scenario, winning is losing.
It's true.
Because you don't get to place the objectives. So that is an interesting thing that we have to watch for.
It's hard to define.
Yeah. If you're winning, you're probably losing. So let's just jump into it and pull the first token. Actually, one more thing. We are running a Steel Specters Kickstarter. So that's for the Steel Specters army. We already sold the STL, so you could 3D print your own, but a lot of people don't have 3D printers. So we're doing a physical Kickstarter. So you can buy pre-made armies or even buy everything a la carte because we're 3D printing it. So then it kind of gives us that flexibility. If you want to help support Ravaged, that's the best way to do it. Because it's one of those things where since it's a new game, we raised a bunch of funds a year and a half ago or however long ago it was. But at the same time, we have to continue raising capital to be able to pay for operating expenses and keep the game moving forward. And so that's been an ongoing issue as many people who run Kickstarters and crowdfunding experience. It's a lot of fun. And so any support you can give would be great. Also, there is still some time to back the Game Found for the rest of the Ravaged stuff. We're closing in on locking that down and shipping everything out. So hopefully that'll be happening soon. But until then, you could still make an order there. So I'll put the links in the description below. Draw the first token. It is your core. I did forget to scout, so I did scout move my stalkers forward, and I will activate a unit of core. Who are you gonna activate?
Okay, it's gonna be the first unit of Bladeburn Raiders.
And they are going to?
They're just going to run up here because they have stealth 18.
Yeah, so you can't shoot them more than 18 away, and even if you can, it's -2 to shoot them. And these are proxies. Those are normally spectral soldiers, all the bow and arrow dudes and dudettes. Next we have your boost. Activating the Bladeburn raid ship. What is the boost that you're gonna choose?
He's going to disembark for free.
Okay, and I think it gains Swift too, does he not?
Oh yeah, Swift.
So he gets to move up a lot and then disembark the units inside for free.
Yes.
It's a very quick advanced deploy.
I can get him anywhere I want.
Pretty much.
Yeah. Probably deploy there safely. Okay.
Change your mind?
Yep.
I'm gonna go on this flank.
So we're gonna go this direction because I already have raiders over there on that side, so we'll put some over here too.
So to disembark, you place your unit leader within 2 inches of the transport, and then just the rest of the guys in coherency. So that is a crazy maneuver right there, because these guys, their token now goes in the bag, so they can still activate.
Yep.
So hopefully you don't get to activate them next. Hopefully I get an elite. Although it has to be me next.
It
so
does.
the nice thing about my army is it's mostly elite.
This is going in the bag for the raiders.
Yeah, so I wouldn't mind a boost, but an elite would be fine too. Just don't give me a core. Thank you.
Elite.
Blade Furies have moved up, and now I'm going to fire at these guys. I was already in short range, but you'd have cover, and I'd just rather not give you anything. Although you do have stealth built in, which means I will have -2. We got 6s to hit with the -2, and 9s are piercing. Okay, so you got 2 at 6 up. Ooh, we made both of those. And then 3 at 9 up. Okay, 3 of them die. I am not happy with that outcome. I was hoping to kill a lot more. 12 shots. You think you'd get more than that many through. So I didn't really like that. So give me another elite so I can do that again.
I want my turrets.
No.
I need my turrets.
Yeah. Thank you. How obliging. I'm actually going to do the Flame Furies, or Flame Terrors. I should have done them first. They would have been perfect for attacking this unit, because they have blast, so they get an extra shot for every 2 models. So the fact that you lost 3 means 2 less shots per guy, so it's 4 less shots. But I still think that they're the best option, because they have poison. We're one of the few units in the game that has poison, which is basically if they roll high enough, you don't get a save. So we're going to fire them now after I move them into your Bladeburn Raiders. So with your stealth, I'm hitting on 6s again, and 9s are reaping and poison. So basically every 9 just kills 2 of them. Oh, 1, 2, 3 9s.
wow.
So 6 of them are just straight up dead. No AP to the rest of them, but you're most likely dead at this point. You spiked it, but you had 1 guy left.
Yeah.
So 7 die. Yeah, so that probably would have wiped them in the first shot, and then I could have used the Blade Furies to go after the vehicle. Next up, we're gonna have your elite. Activating the Mar turrets. What are they gonna do?
They're gonna come run in here and hide and just be a big defensive bubble.
Yeah, they have a 12-inch aura of +1 defense to you and -1 accuracy to me, but I don't have to be in that aura. It's -1 accuracy to fire at anything within that aura.
Yep.
Next up,
My
your support. The Beetle is going to redeploy out of advanced deployment back here, ready to just be an artillery from mid-range. And then he can fire. What is he going to fire at?
He's going to start firing at these stalkers.
So he's going to bombard these stalkers with his missiles. He's got two types of missiles, basically, like the blast missiles and the armor piercing. So you're going to do the blast missiles against these guys.
Yeah, try to stun them so they can't get a charge off.
Hit on 8s, medium range, and I've got stealth. Oh, they all missed.
Aww.
No chance to stun.
Nope.
What do we got next? That's my elite. I'm going to activate the Rage Tears. They're not really in range to do anything because they have only short range weapons, so they're only 8 inches. And they're going to run up the middle. They're going to end up here grabbing the middle objective. This is not a mission where you necessarily want an early lead because then your opponent gets to place the next objectives. But since I already killed a unit, most likely, I don't think that Tony's going to be able to kill one of my units, so I'm going to get the 2 points for that.
Not.
Yeah, so I'm going to might as well take the extra point. And so if I'm going to have the disadvantage of being ahead, then I'll want to be as ahead as possible. So they're going to grab that middle objective with a run. And we've got your elite. Activating one of your 2 units of veterans. What are they going to do?
They're going to move 6.
Your unit leader will pop up there. The other one's just kind of wherever, as long as they're in coherency. And then they're going to just take some shots down at the Rage Tears. So you're going to be hitting on 7s at this range. 8s are reaping.
Come on, 8s.
I've got armored 1, so I ignore your AP. Heavy cover brings me to a 5 up. I've got 6 wounds each, so I have to fail 3 of these for you to kill one. 1, so 2 damage. Injure the one at the back, obviously, because I can choose who the leader is. Veterans have gone, and now we have another one of my elites. I do have boost tokens in there, right?
Yeah, maybe.
I'm going to activate a unit of Flesh Stealers, and they're going to redeploy here and then fire down at your veterans. So we got 12 attacks. Now these ones are actually poisoned and anti-armor, but the veterans are armored, which means poison can't work against them. There's been some questions like, what anti-armor ignores armored? And so then poison should be able to work. And I'm like, no, that's not how it works. I'll make an FAQ. But, so the poison won't work, but they are anti-armor as well. So we're looking at 6s at this range. 9s are anti-armor piercing. Rolled really well there. So you got 2 regular saves of 5 up defense. These are just 1 damage a pop. You're fine.
No problem.
And then you got 5 that are 8 up. These are only 1 damage, and you're 2 wounds apiece. So that kills 2.5 of them.
Yep.
I've got to be happy with that because that was me spiking the 9s quite high. 5 out of 12 9s.
Like my boost.
Yeah, would you like your boost too? You've already got one of your boosts. You can get one of my boosts. Core for you.
Okay.
All that's left is your enforcer droids. What are they going to do?
They're going to move up here, and I guess they will shoot at the Rage Terrors because that's all they can see.
Take some pot shots.
Yep.
Your shotguns are really good at short range because they have point blank. But, you get 10 shots. You can do some damage. Just before they shoot, we remembered now that the turrets that you have in here, you can't see them on the camera, but they're inside that building, should have been giving a aura of protection to the veterans. Would have been -1 accuracy for my shots and +1 defense. I went back and looked at the clip. The -1 accuracy didn't matter, but the +1 defense is 1 less wound they would have taken. So it doesn't bring a guy back, unfortunately, but it does restore 1 wound because there was 7 up defense instead of 8 up. And now firing their shotguns into the Rage Tears, who are in heavy cover. So just in on 8s. You get lucky, you can take a couple wounds off.
Haven't been rolling 8s well.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
Not a single one. Well, first rounds aren't usually super eventful. They're more positioning.
No. Second round is where this army's gonna shine.
Yeah.
Your core.
Finally. I'm just gonna use this activation on these Razor Spawn. They're gonna help zone out this back area. So I'm just going to I'll call it a run, make him the leader, and so everybody just has to be placed within 3 inches of him. Now, interesting, you have to be careful when you do something like this. Because, well, actually, you know what? I'll make him the leader. And so we'll form a circle around him. Because when you choose them to activate and you choose the leader, you have to make sure that whoever you choose does not make the whole unit out of coherency. You're allowed to choose one that makes them out of coherency, but then it limits you in your actions. The first action has to be just a regular move. And then if you don't get them into coherency after that move, then you just don't get another action. So like right now, I can't now choose this guy and be like, I'm going to charge this way really easily because these guys are too far back. But I'm more just using them to zone out from future redeploys. I'll fix that. But I wouldn't mind a boost before I get all my elites, because if these guys boost, they can charge. What'd you get me? Or you?
You're welcome.
Hey, boost! Easy choice. Give these guys swift, and I believe it improves their weapons as well. And then we'll declare charge into the raiders. Well, your raiders are in trouble, so I will attack, obviously. You've got parry, so I'll hit on 5s instead of 4s. What's up? Oh, and then the turrets are another -1. So I'll be hitting on 6s, because the turrets do work for melee and ranged. The defense part only works for ranged, though. So we're going to be hitting on 6s, but 8s with the boost will be 3 hits and piercing. So you got 3 7-up defenses. Oh, only 1 died. And then you've got 3 9-up defenses. So 1's dead so far. Only 3 died. Yeah, I don't think that's what you expected.
No.
So you thought they were mostly going to die. Because with 12 attacks and the reaping doing 8 or doing 3 hits, but I only got 1 of the reaping. And then we close ranks. Steel Specters have to go next because I just did a boost. And you get mine, of course. And then you get your boost. Activating the Land Marshal. What are you doing for his boost?
He is going to boost to be able to give out Skirmisher to an elite unit. He's going to hand it to these veterans here. And then he's going to move up and try to shoot whatever he can see.
Moving.
He's going to move.
And then shoot up at the flesh dealers.
Yep, he's going to take some shots at the flesh dealers.
Grenade launcher firing up there, hitting on 5s. We got 4 hits. No AP, 6-up save. You kill 1 of them, and I owe you a leadership. Being elites, they're 5-up. They're fine. So kills 1 of them. Has to be me next now. Still have
a boost.
Oh, there's a boost. Okay. I will boost the Blade Furies and give them the only boost that they have, which and they're like the only unit in the game that only has 1 boost, and they're the only unit in the game that their boost is. I don't even know what to call it. Well, I know what it is. It's that they get 3 actions instead of 2.
It breaks the action convention.
Yeah, exactly. So you can do all sorts of weird stuff: run, shoot, charge, whatever it is that you want to try. So, I actually really like them that they do that. They're not the only unit that does it, though. I feel like there's one more Veil Touch unit that does it, too.
Well, there's Pathfinders that can do the free focus or move.
But they only get a very specific action. There are guys that get specific actions. But there is one other unit that I gave that same thing to. I feel like it's a Veil Touch unit. Yeah.
Yeah, it is the main Veil Touch elite unit.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it's like the shooters, right? It's like the elite.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, whatever. You think I'd remember, but it was a while ago. So we're going to run them up to here, and then we'll choose a new leader out front, and we'll fire up at the veterans at medium range. Firing up, they're hitting on 6s, thanks to medium range and your turrets, giving them that defensive aura. So 6s and 9s are anti-armor piercing. We've got 3 regular ones at 4-ups, because you get the +1 defense. They're fine there. Nice. And then we got 4 piercing at 7-ups. This is a scary one, because each one that you fail is a dead guy. You've got 2 dead guys so far, 2 dead guys. Yeah, so those veterans, unfortunately, have been mostly destroyed. And then we do have a leadership test as they got depleted. 5-up leadership. They make it. Well, you're up next. I think it's automatically just a regular elite token, because you've used both your boosts, right?
Yeah.
And all you have left is an elite unit. There it is! On these veterans, and they currently have Skirmisher, which allows them to do a free shoot or free move action after they shoot. So they're going to do a move, shoot, move. So they're going to move up first. Then they're going to shoot at the Rage Tears, and then move again. It's been a rough turn for the Steel Specters, though, like, incredibly rough. Normally, I would say, I don't know if you can come back from this, but I played enough games of Ravaged to know that if you just pull, like, the right first 2 or 3 tokens, then things can shift. Yep. But it is definitely not looking good for the Steel Specters. So moving up, shooting. So they'll be hitting at 7s at this range. 8s are reaping. This might actually destroy that unit because you just got 13 hits. That was a massively good roll. Ignore the AP, but they are damaged 2. So I'll have a 5-up save in heavy cover. So there is, oh, that was a good roll. Oh, you killed both of them. That was the 1 dead, 2, 4, 6. You wiped the unit.
Killed 1.
You just tied the game.
Okay.
So you took me off the objective, and you killed the unit. We've both only killed 1 unit. Yep. In that 1 shot, you've now just made me think maybe you're not doing so bad.
Oh. All right.
And now they get to move again.
So I can move them that way towards the objective, or I can just get them ready to take more shots.
Either way.
I think they're just going to position up here. So I can go either way.
Well, unless I still have a chance to kill a unit, so what do you give me next? I still have stuff. I got a core and an elite still to go. You're going to give me my elite. Lots of choices where they can come in, but I'm just going to, in the end, bring the flesh dealers back to a safe position. I don't want to kill any units. I do want to kill guys, but not units, so that we can keep the game tied. And then you'll just have weakened units, so it'll be easy for me to grab that 2 points, hopefully. And so I'm going to fire them at the veterans, or the guys that are pretending to be veterans. At this range, we're hitting on 7s. 9s are anti-armor piercing. That was a good hit. 4 regular and 4 anti-armor. So you got 4 4-ups. Your turret's giving you the +1 defense. 1 failed. And then 4 7-ups. Okay, you only took 3 wounds, so 1.5 die. I guess we both needed to spike the dice a little bit. So you lose 1.5 of them. Not too bad. All that's left are the Razor Spawn. They're the last thing. There's no boost tokens, so just go with them last. And they're just going to do a run as far as they can forward. And they'll end up here. Well, that was an eventful first turn as far as first turns go.
Yeah.
We both took some heavy hits. I still think you took heavier hits in the end.
Well, I lost a core unit, and I'm fine losing it to 2 elites.
Yeah, and then you lost the equivalent of an elite unit, as did I. And then you just lost a handful of other small core. So the question is positioning, who's in a better position? And that I actually don't know, because we're both kind of moving up the middle.
It's going to come down to this roll-off.
Yeah, no kidding. So we're first going to roll off because nobody's in the lead. The score is 0-0. And since nobody's losing, neither of us get an extra boost token. And we roll off, and the winner gets to place the second objective.
Yep.
So mine is a 7. That's a pretty good roll.
Okay.
Can you beat a 7?
It's a pretty high bar.
Yeah. No, but we tie. Well, this time you've got to beat a 7.
Okay.
I'm being consistent. 4. All right, I get to place it. That's a big deal. I'm going to place it back here, which is not, there's nowhere really safe because you have to place it in no man's land and at least 6 inches away from another objective. And so there's, the veterans are right there. We got the raid ship right there. So you could still push, but I should be able to hold it for at least the next turn. Let's go to round 2. Once again, I always say it, this is the worst pull of the entire game. Second round when everybody's super close together.
Yeah.
What do we get?
We got my core.
Hey!
I did it.
Sus. So you really want to show off the thing that you're trying to do, right?
Yeah, it's risky because it leaves them open to, if they get drawn before my next units, they can then just come around.
Yeah. So you're really hoping to draw your guys next. So the idea here is that you'll fall back or retreat or disengage, whatever you want to call it, with the raiders. Still get to fire because they have close volley, and then you're hoping you'll go next and then be able to fire point blank at the stalkers.
Exactly.
Okay, so fall back.
Yep.
Move. They only get to move 6 inches, which is how big my charge is. Yeah. So you know that. And it's not going to be a really good volley because I have stealth. So you're going to be looking at -4 in total. So you're just basically being on 10s.
Yeah, normally it would be 8s, but stealth.
Yeah, stealth really makes a difference there. 7 shots hitting on 10s, but every hit will be 2 hits. Nope. Okay, for your master plan to work, you got to draw another purple.
Nope. Nope, there it is.
There it is. Yeah, we're going to do these guys. And it's still not like perfectly optimal for me, mainly because you've already gone with these guys. But I will charge. Hit on 6s because you've got parry for -1 and the turrets are another -1. 8s are reaping and piercing. So you got 4 AP1, so 7 ups on those. Or you want to do the 2 first? Yep. So the 2 will just be on 10s. Okay, so 2 of them die, and then 4 7 pluses. Oh, so 6 die in total.
6.
So I kill all but 1. Didn't kill them all, but that's still a pretty good hit. Leadership test on 6+ because they are depleted. They're fine. So that didn't work, unfortunately. It would have been cool if it did.
No, it's not a great target because they had stealth.
Yeah. Oh, and then I get a boost. Oh no. Activate the Blade Furies. They're boosted to do 3 actions. My first action will be to shoot the veterans, and then my second action, TBD, but most likely will be to charge the raid ship. So we're hitting on 6s. 9s are anti-armor piercing. That was a ridiculously good shot. So 4 regular 4-up saves. Ooh, 3 of them are dead just from that. And then you got 3 of them at 7 up. So you got to make all 3 of these or I destroy the unit. Oh, yuck. That was a spiked roll in both cases. And then I will charge the ship.
Yeah, that's right.
And now they charge as their other 2 actions and fight. 5s to hit the raid ship. 8s are piercing and crushing. Oh, wow. So 1 regular 6-up save. Okay. And we got 5 7-up saves, but these are 3 damage a pop.
It's fine. Everything's fine.
Everything's fine. Everything's fine. How are you? And it blows up, because that's 12 damage total. Wow. So he blows up, so 10 dice, every 9 plus will hurt the nearby units. Or unit, I'm not sure how many yet. 1, 2, 3. He's out of range of the droids, so I get 3 damage, 1 AP, 2 hits on my Blade Furies. Yep. 7-up saves? Oh, almost killed one. Okay, so go ahead and remove your raid ship there.
Kaboom.
That was brutal. Killing 2 units with 1 boosted unit. And I realized that there's going to be at least one person looking at that thinking, oh, these Blade Furies are way too powerful, but look at the dice I just rolled.
That was crazy.
That was nuts. I rolled. And they are good, don't get me wrong. When you boost them, they are really good. I feel like in the Gorkog armies, Blade Furies are one of those like, oh yeah, this is a good solid unit. But when they're boosted. But that was crazy rolling. So that's my excuse. So that's why I don't have to feel really bad. Sorry, Tony.
It works either way, because Gorkog is my favorite faction.
Oh, Gorkog, your favorite faction?
How great they are.
Yay! Yeah, when you root for the one that's you're against, you always win.
Yeah.
So, what do you get? That's
my
me
core.
still. That's my core.
Dang it.
No, I'm not, but it's you next. I just boosted.
Oh, that's right. That was a boost.
That was a boost. Yeah, I don't get that powerful without a boost.
Okay, that's yours too. That's yours too.
Oh boy, we did put your tokens in there, right?
Maybe. We'll find out. There it is.
Boost! You're gonna boost the beetle. What are you gonna give him for his boost ability?
We're going to give him Nova 2.
So he can
And-
fire at 2 different units.
Yep.
What are your 2 targets?
I think he's going to shoot at these Blade Furies and the Flame Terrors.
Hitting the Blade Furies with anti-armor missiles. So you're hitting on 6s, 8s are anti-armor piercing. I say anti-armor piercing really fast together and it makes it sound like it's anti-armor piercing, but it's anti-armor and piercing. 6-up save. Oh, I passed it.
So at least get an 8.
Maybe you can do it against the Flame Terrors?
Maybe.
Oh, one of them missed. Well, we got 2 8+s so far. So 2 8+s. So we got 10s to save. No. Okay, so only injured one of them down to 2. I feel like the beetle's a little underwhelming. We might look at his stats after this game and make some minor adjustments. Just a little more firepower. Like I'm looking at his stats now because we haven't played with him yet. So sometimes when you haven't played with something, it gets left behind in all the different thought patterns. So I feel like that should have been, like even his anti-armor just being 3 damage would have made sense there. Like I thought, oh, you got 2-3, you're probably gonna kill one of these guys. And then I looked and they're only 2 damage. I'm like, well, 2 damage is usually like your anti-elite weapons. Anti-armor missiles would normally be stronger than that.
I have a few ideas for him.
We'll look at it after. But it is good to kind of play him first, see how he feels, and then make some decisions. It's got to be me next. Now you're only going to draw purples.
Yeah.
Look at that. They are in there.
How it goes.
And my elite. We're going to have the flesh tearers or flesh stealers move down and fire at the veteran. And they're going to pop down here and then fire at the veteran. Thanks to point blank, we got 12 shots. Hitting on 6s, 9s are anti-armor. So we got 3 piercing ones. So you got 7-ups against those. That's only 2, but that's enough. He's dead.
Yeah.
That shows a lack of confidence. I'm just going to roll 2 of them and die anyways. He's gone. And then we've got my core. Just going to activate these guys. We'll do a run to grab that objective from the other side of the wall. Next up, your elite. Activate the turret, so we're just going to stay put.
Next is my
Nothing.
elite. They're dead.
It died.
Your elite.
Blade Furies are just going to pop forward and take a shot at your droids. 5s to hit, 9s are piercing. So you got 2 5-up saves thanks to your defensive turrets. So 1 dies, and then 4 8-up saves because of the piercing. So 5 die in total. So you owe me a leadership on them. 6-up leadership. They are shaken. That's our first shaken of the game. Yeah, so they are shaken. Not much left on your side.
Nope.
We got your support,
He boosted.
which is dead or boosted.
Yep. And then your elites again.
I'm going to activate the Flesh Stealers. We're just going to do a move onto the objective, and then I'll just take some pot shots up at the beetle. 7s to hit, 9s are anti-armor. So we got 3 5-ups. Oh, those are good.
Okay.
And then 1 8-up. 1 wound. Very token damage.
Okay.
So got a little bit left. You got your Marshal, and I have an Elite and a Core.
There he is.
Marshal.
There's the Marshal. No.
It's going to point blank into combat?
No, just point blank.
Well, no, because there's combat.
Oh, yeah, into the melee. You're
That's
right.
what I meant. I didn't mean
Yeah,
that.
he does not want to charge.
No. Hitting on 8s, and 1s and 2s hit your own guy.
First point blank.
Yeah. Didn't hit your own guy. It actually got 6 hits on me. 7 up. You kill 1 and almost kill another. So 1 dies, the other one goes down to 1 wound.
Couple
Almost
more
done the round. Your support is dead or boosted. Not trying to rub it in. Hey, boost!
Do I
But
have anything left?
I think you're done. No, you have
Droids.
you can put it on the droids, so they do not have to make a leadership.
Yeah.
So hold on, you still have 5 left? So they were never shaken then. I thought
yeah.
we brought them depleted, but you were only at half. So you can actually boost them then.
Okay.
So their 1 boost is heal self 5. So you can actually bring back all 5 guys that were destroyed.
Yep.
And then they can move forward in point blank.
So,
I'm just gonna move out.
well, they're not moving. I'm just putting the guys
Oh, you're
down,
putting the
right?
guys back.
Healed.
And then
And
you're
then
gonna
they're
shoot
going
at
to aim
the-
and shoot.
Okay. 20 shots, hitting on 6s. 5-up saves. So we take 1, 2, 3. So you kill 1 of them. 1 dice. I still have a core and elite. So you're going to give me something.
Not
have I done
mine.
both my boosts?
Core.
Activate them. They're just going to run forward. All that's left is a boost token and an elite token for me, and you give me my elite. Move them up here and then flame on the droids. So with blast, this is basically a flame launcher, except it can do it from a long distance. So we got 6 shots and -1 heavy from heavy cover, -1 from your turrets, and -1 medium range. So we're looking at 7s. But every 9 is reaping and poison. So 2 guys will die for every 9+. So 1, 2, 3.
Please stop rolling so many 9s.
I'm sorry. I know playtesting is hard when you spike your dice. So 6 straight up die, and you got 1 save. The 1 4-up save. Hey, made that. Yay. So 6 of them just straight up died from the reaping poison. And then you owe me 2 leaderships, 1 for being depleted and 1 because the weapon is stunned. So 2 rolls, you need both 6-ups. Now they are shaken. Oh wait, no, they're boosted, so they're still not shaken. No shake in this game. That is round 2. It is brutal. That is a dead pile for the Steel Specters, and this is the dead pile for the Gorkog. There have definitely been dice here. I don't care. We definitely have some adjustments to make to units, but this game was dice. Let's call a spade a spade.
Yeah, I didn't get to test out the whole push forward, point blank, close volley thing, but I still learned a couple things. That
Yeah.
we want to do with the units.
And like I even run the roll off when nobody was winning, and I got to place the objective. So
Yeah.
I gain 5 points this turn. 1 point for that one, 2 for this one, and I definitely killed more this round, considering that I didn't lose a unit this round. I lost 2 models.
Yeah.
And you lost lots. So 5-0. Yeah. At this point, I think we can call the game because well, we set it off camera, so I'm not just telling Tony to call the game.
No. Because, good game.
No. No. It's magnetized chair.
Play with Legos.
Yeah.
But yeah, even if we keep going with the game, I'll get to place the next objective, and I'll probably put it back here, and then you're just gonna come take it.
I'll just come kill the rest of your army, right?
Yeah.
Like, the beetle will be a little hard to kill because he's just away from everything. But yeah, there's a lot. So unfortunately, we can't get as much of a feel for everything. You still got an idea for how the Steel Specters would work in this way. It does make me realize now. Okay, this was dice. So
Yeah,
I won
absolutely.
this badly because of dice, because I rolled many times lots of 9+ and 8+ when I needed those. So I don't think I won because the Gorkog were overpowered. But there are some stats, because what happens is I write rules, and then sometimes months will happen before I write rules again. And I forget sometimes the conventions that I've been using, like what gets a 5-up defense, what gets a 6-up. Like for example, I don't feel like Blade Fury should be a 5-up defense. I feel like they should be a 6-up. At the very least. There's not many things I would change in this army. but there's going to be minor tweaks. But like, as I speak, we're submitting the cards to the manufacturers. So I'm going to have to very quickly make some minor modifications, and then we're just going to have to use points to fix the rest of any issues that we come across. Because there is a point where you have to say, we're done, because if we're going to have physical cards, I don't want your physical cards to be null and void before they even get into your hands.
Surprise.
Yeah, I've seen that happen before, and I do not want to be the company that does that, because I know that people like physical cards, and so I want them to be useful without you having to take a Sharpie to it to correct all the mistakes. But we'll have some other discussions that'll go on the Ravaged Star channel and make some final adjustments, and we'll go from there. But good game, though.
Yeah, good game.
And
That was fun, for sure.
yeah, it was interesting to watch. Thanks for watching, everybody. Happy wargaming.